So Brett comes to us from New Jersey, and he was gracious enough to come and talk to us. He is an innovative guy, an entrepreneur. He talks so much about leadership. He's got YouTube channels. He's really pushing the envelope, and it's one of the things that I really enjoyed. I'm so excited to stick around because you don't want to miss Mr. Brett DiNovi. He's an awesome speaker.
I'm not very fancy when it comes to, I don't have a PhD. I don't have a bunch of publications. I'm just a guy that enjoys the entrepreneurial grind. I love helping kids, and I love creating economic opportunity and creating jobs. The culture is just incredible that they put together here. It's only 3 years, but all the speakers they've brought together and having 100 or so people at their gathering, I'd like to give them a hand. Thanks. It's awesome. So I'm gonna whip through these things. They watched our YouTube channel, which I thought nobody really watched for a while. We almost gave up on it. But there were some things that we did we called life hacks. Life and leadership shit hacks. I have 14 of them. When I told Marlene I had 14, she said, "You're gonna bore them," so I'll try to make it quick. Number one, and this runs through the fabric of everyone I talk to here at LABA. Number one is your family. I can't think of anything that's more important, and I know the people in this room know that, is that the number one life hack that I can suggest to everyone here is that your family comes first before everything. Clap it up for your families. And do that shot. So the reason I say that is that raise your hand if you're a leader in your organization. Raise your hand. Okay, so you all know damn well that if something's going wrong at home, the person that you love, your son, your daughter, your husband, your spouse, your parent, it's hard. It's very hard to focus on your clients and help people. Would you agree? Nod your head if that's accurate. If there's shit going on at home and things aren't taken care of, your family is your bedrock. That's your foundation. Trust me, I know, because I lost it all some years ago. I lost my family. I couldn't see my daughter. It's that empty feeling that occurs when you lose the people you love. And that gave me my why to try to get things together. So family's number one. And the employees that you provide leadership to, the employees' families come before the clients. And I had a client ask me that once, and I said, yeah, it's true. And she was like, well, good for you, because I know that Joey, your clinician, is going to be better with my young man if he feels good. So that there was some validation. I thought I was going to get cursed at. Number two, the reason I numbered 1 through 14 and give a number is because if I suck, you know approximately how long I suck. Number two, finding your niche. It's really important that at least you as leaders in this room, just in life or in leadership, just to find your niche. The fancy way to say it is niche. I say niche, like scratching an itch. You have to find your niche. So even if there's one thing that you or the people you provide leadership to in your organization, there's that one thing that they just love that moves them. It makes the whole 99% of the job worth it. So I just strongly encourage that you try to continually pursue what your niche is. If you haven't quite figured it out, keep trying things. Keep trying things to find your niche, because it's that one thing that puts that spring in your step. For me, it was organizational behavior management. It was to inspire people. I started realizing I was finding way more reinforcement and joy in seeing other people finding their niche, and it seemed to be my niche for some reason. I just was loving it when people get that look in their eyes, like where it's their oxygen, where they found what they love. Like one person studying marketing and the behavioral aspects behind it, and she found her niche. She started creating videos on YouTube. It was incredible. And I think that that's what makes the other 99% of your job, what might just be okay, makes it all worth it, the niche. And I found that turnover in an organization, we have 400 and so employees. I found that when we help each person move the ball forward towards what they love, that's what matters. That's what makes them stick around. So, number three, I think you should push the envelope and just fail a lot. Fail a lot. And trust me, I fail a lot. It's these things that kind of get you where you are. So like, I don't feel bad about my I'm really going to air some dirty laundry. I don't care about my bankruptcy that occurred 12 years ago. I don't care about the divorce. I don't care about being kicked out of 11 out of 12 casinos in Atlantic City, New Jersey. That was weird. But it's those scars that make you. It's the stuff that you know that you never want to go back to again. I don't want to go back to living in the Quality Inn and losing my family. It's that rock bottom that defines your future. So fail a lot. Go out on a limb. To disseminate the science of behavior analysis is really, really important to fail. And it's those failures that really make you, and those scars, which I jumped to number 4, which is scars. Let's go to number 5. Along with the scars and failures, I mean, I've come to the conclusion that life hits hard. Life really hits hard, and it's the family that really is the glue and the foundation that gets you through those hard times. And I heard a quote once. It was, it's not how hard you get hit. It's how hard you can get up, keep moving forward, and take the hits. It was actually a Rocky movie. I can't take credit for that. Remember that scene? He was like yelling at his kid. It's not about how hard you can hit. It's about how hard you can get up, keep going, and take the hits and move forward. It's about being resilient. It's about taking the hits. That's what it's about. And number 6 is an important one, and I think you touched on it, was your why. What's your why? There was a quote, and I know I'm going to mess it up, by Nietzsche, and it's, he who has a why to live can bear almost any how. So when I was going through my really, really bad times, rock bottom, the day that I decided that I had to change things, to see Olivia, to see Marlene, to see my family, get my foundation together, all I did every single day was look at a list of 3 reasons why. Real simple. And I don't think there's behavior analysis behind this to support it, but I think we should figure it out. If you continually rehearse your reasons for why you're doing what you're doing, that's what matters. Companies that are successful and people that are successful, you attract people around you when you have a shared vision for why you do what you do. I was talking about the other day in my talk, companies like Google, Apple, Facebook, they have a big why. They talk about their vision. For me, my why has become down to my family, inspiring people, and all I really give a shit about is taking the science and expanding the world's collective wisdom of behavior analysis and changing the landscape of 4 things. Government, education, industry, yeah baby, education, industry, and society at large. So the science has got to get there, and the best way we can get the science there is through taking small, calculated risks and pushing the envelope with failures. It's all right to fail. Then number 7, building your culture. I already see here, Lava's got the culture. I mean, you can see, I feel the love in the room. I mean, everyone's hugging and doing shots of tequila. Maybe that's why they're hugging. But there's a culture. There's authenticity. I see the Facebook. I would suggest that you take your Facebook and take it to the next level. You know, everyone, you have a community, and especially Lava is built on culture and authenticity and being genuine. I suggest you take that culture and you step it up further, and everyone should start posting pictures of their kids, of their next accomplishment, and then the social contingencies take over, and the natural reinforcement is that you guys are a support group to each other. I know I just subscribed, they didn't accept me yet. They might not after this talk. Number 8. Be proud of your heritage. Be proud of where you came from in light of the shit that we heard this morning. Yeah, clap it up for that stuff. What I mean by that is be proud of where you came from. Be proud of where you came from. And I just remember being in 3rd grade, and my best friend, his name is Mike, I was so proud of being adopted. And because my parents told me it was a big deal, and I told Mike, hey, yeah, I'm adopted. And then one day, in front of all my friends, he made, you know how when you're a kid, this stuff is hurtful. He made a comment that was very painful to me. He said, well, you're a half-breed, you're adopted. And he said that in front of all my friends, and they started laughing. And for the longest time, I wouldn't tell anyone I was adopted. And it hurt so deeply. And then when I got older, I started little by little becoming proud of where I came from. Now I friggin' brag about being adopted, and I found my adoptive family that only lived 10 miles away. And they're great, but I did ask why they gave me away. They didn't have a good reason. So be proud of where you came from. Yeah. And then we're on number 9, so we're mostly through. Am I sucking? Number 9. Don't answer. Number 9. There's 4 pillars that seem to, if you can have them run through, again, the 9th life hack and leadership hack, the 4 pillars seem to run through everything. And this is found in behavioral science. Goal setting, setting your goals every single day to move the ball forward towards what you want. Small goals. Self-monitoring, how you get up every single day and you look at your checklist. Goal setting, self-monitoring. Feedback, which means genuine, authentic feedback from people that you care about, that you know have your best interest at heart. And then pay for performance, because we all should be paid for our performance, not for just sitting around on salary. So those 4 key pillars, I think, are really, really important as the 9th life hack. And number 10 is productivity. Your life hack of productivity. I found throughout 14 years of the company that we started, that had 2 people, now has 400 and some, is that the best thing I could teach people were the productivity hacks that I learned. And they come down to basically to 3 things. Automate what you can that doesn't require your immediate attention, right? So if there's things you can automate, data collection, responding to emails that don't require your exact response, algorithms. Automation, number 1, if it doesn't require your touch, you can be way more productive. Number 2, delegation. Your capacity of leadership is directly proportionate to your ability to delegate and coach people with compassion. Delegation with compassion. That means sometimes, and I'm not good at this, that means taking the pitcher out of the game when they're not succeeding. It's more compassionate to take the pitcher out of the game because they won't come out of the game unless you help. It's compassionate to take them out of the game at times. So delegate, automate, and then say no. You need to say no for 9 out of 10 opportunities. If you want to perfect your craft and you want to be excellent, you got to say no to a lot of people and a lot of things. You every time go back to your core values of what you stand for, which may mean your family. If that's cutting into your family time, if that's cutting into what you care about, if it's cutting into your niche, you friggin' say no. Yeah. The way I see it, I've had families that I worked with, and I felt really bad saying no, but I said, look, I would be doing you an injustice and inservice if I just serve you with half of what I can do. It would be an injustice. So you can explain from a compassionate point of view. Say no, and then you'll be excellent at what you do. First rate. Don't be a jack of all trades. And life hack number 11, I think it's good to have a friggin' chip on your shoulder. Have a chip on your shoulder. All right? That means, as Frank Sinatra once said, I'll probably mess it up, the best revenge is massive success. Don't worry about the guy next door. Hell yeah. The best revenge is massive success. Because the guy that made fun of me for being adopted, all of a sudden he texted me and asked for a job. I said, hell no. No. How you like me now? And number 12 life hack is just straight up loyalty. Look, I've learned this, being that I've lost things multiple times. Loyalty, I just wish I can pass on to my children and the people I love the failures I've had and the scars so that they don't have to have those scars, but it's important they have them. Loyalty. It doesn't matter how much money you make, how many followers you have on Instagram. It doesn't matter how many publications you have. What matters is your friggin' loyalty to your family and the people that you love. You're never too fancy to go back to your roots and care about the people that had your back when things were rough. Loyalty. Yep. And then we're on number 13, and there's only one more. This is 14. Did I say 15 or there's 14? The 13th one is that there literally is no higher purpose in this friggin' world than service to others. There's no higher purpose. Service to other people is what matters. And the last, not least, I'm tricking you on number 14. I just wanted to say that number 14 is DiNovi & Associates is donating $1,000 to LABA. That's all. Tonight. So that's all I got. Cause it. What's that? Oh shit! All right. That's 2,000. No, I'm kidding. It's like Oprah. You get a car, and you get a car, and you get a car. So I'm serious. I brought a check, and I wanted to thank Isaac for inviting me. I know that's going to be used to build the culture for scholarships, for continuing education, whatever it is that helps people pursue their niche. Well, I just want to say thanks, and you, ladies and gentlemen, you've been like wonderful. Thank you.